What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the latest episode of the Green Teamers podcast. Obviously, we're doing something a little bit different today. We got some new lights. We got the mics going.
We got some new people, too.
Got some new people, some guests, some friends of ours. It's a slow week for the Celtics this week, so we decided to take advantage of that. Decided if we're not talking about Celtics games, we might as well take the week to try and figure this audio thing out and see if we can get some guests on here and how that whole thing will eventually play out. But as always, we got Marvin, we got Hugo, and then our two guests are our boys Tony and Alex. Say what's up, guys.
If you're looking behind us, you see the Green Teamers poster. Shout out to this homeboy right here.
He is the man of the hour, the man with the power this time around. Our boy Alex did, in fact, design our logo.
Yes, sir. Hit him up for that artistic class. He'll be on that ass. Let's go.
We'll definitely link him somewhere here on the screen. Put him, link you guys to his profile if you want to check out some of his work, some of his dance moves. That'll all be featured.
Man does it. He does it all. He does it all. But he can't play ball though.
With that being said, as always, we got some joints to smoke on today. It was a slow week for the Celtics. Just one game against the Bucks this week. So we decided we'll give a real quick rundown of how that game went, and then just bring up the burning thoughts segment and just kind of go off of what comes up. So let's get started, guys. Marvin, How did you take the game against the Bucks this week?
It was a solid game. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown came back. He did his thing. I like what I saw in terms of production from the bench, in terms of the other players. Whole lot of assists going on, ball movement. Everything was looking good. Literally everything was looking good. That was probably the best game we played all season.
Definitely. And it was definitely nice to see Jaylen Brown back. He had an okay game the first time around.
Right. And then he got hurt for another 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that they rested him and ensured that, well, he said he was feeling 100%, so I'll take his word. So it was nice to see him come back. The Celtics did play a good game. Like you mentioned, it was a hard-fought win. I don't think we played our best the first 2 quarters, but I think that's what happens when we play good teams. That's just the game of basketball.
Right.
One team will eventually come out on top, but you gotta get through the other team first.
Yep, you get your ebbs and flows. It's all about just staying consistent, and the Celtics were able to do that. And it turned into a dub, which was awesome, which was great. Like I said, it was the best game we've had all season. I still think we need to make some trades, make some big moves, because we've seen what happens when Jaylen Brown and or Jason Tatum don't have great nights. For some reason, it seems like nobody else on the fucking team can score or get anything going. So I still feel like we do need to make a move or two. Mm-hmm. But all in all, if we were able to just sort of continue, pick up where we left off with that last game, then shit, we're looking good. There's no reason why we shouldn't be a top 3 seed.
Absolutely. And let me ask you guys, have you guys watched the Celtics this past week or watching them in general? You got any other Celtics fans?
I've been watching every now and then. I do have to say, I do like Jaylen Brown's.
Oh, yeah?
How he's been playing this season? Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Sirski.
So let me ask you from the outside, like from an outside perspective of someone who doesn't normally consistently watch the Celtics, are you hearing anything, seeing anything?
Jason Tatum, I think so far, I'm proud where his career is. He's had a super turbulent career. He's been everywhere. Especially with on and off injuries and shit. But I think he's doing really good. Especially leading the team with the new coach and everything this year. I don't know. That nigga's destined for something great, bro.
Yeah, hopefully. I think me, Marvin, and Hugo over the course of the season so far, think he has struggled a little bit, but I think we've also noticed that from past seasons, he always starts off slow.
Yeah, he does.
And then by the All-Star break, he'll usually win a couple Player of the Weeks. So I think that's exactly what's happening this time around as well.
And as like a homegrown talent at that, because he was Cambridge before he went forward in his career. But
who, Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum's from St. Louis, my dude.
He was playing in Cambridge.
Was he?
Fringe, yeah, with his freaking.
Oh, you mean like now, just like for fun? Or
No,
you?
like,
This was before.
like when he was in high school and shit?
Yeah.
Huh?
He's from St.
He's from St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis, baby.
Shit. Somebody told me the wrong shit.
That's why you gotta check your sources, guys. That's why you always gotta check your
Don't
sources.
be like me. Don't be like me.
Don't be.
But overall, it was, like we said, it's a slow week. We only had one game, so we don't really have much to talk about. So I'll transition off from the Celtics, unless you guys have any last words.
Who we playing next?
we actually play the Warriors on Friday, so that's always a good game, and it's always a good way to kind of calculate where we actually are against the better teams, especially with the Warriors being, I think, if they're not the top team, they're definitely top 2 in overall.
Now, if we come into that game fully healthy, Warriors come into that game fully healthy, that is a must-watch game. I think the Celtics could actually pull that out.
Gotcha.
Because we play up to these type of games. Jason Tatum might go off for 40 that night. That's just the type of game he'll have against these type of teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were saying against Milwaukee, they're all winnable games if we play how a good basketball team plays. And clearly we have the talent, we have the personnel to do that.
Right.
It's just how consistent are we and how many times do we actually want to show up.
I do gotta ask, just because I don't watch that frequently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are the superstars in the league, like, is that gap closing now? Is everybody like catching up to everybody else now?
Like team-wise?
Individual wise, team wise.
Individual.
Like, is Steph Curry still hella far ahead of everybody else in terms of skill?
In terms of skill.
Yeah, he just broke the overall 3-point. He passed reality.
In terms of skill, he's still above most players, but what, like you were sort of alluding to, that pool has gotten a little larger.
That's what it seems like.
Right.
And I don't even necessarily think that's Steph Curry getting worse or other players getting better.
It's just other players catching up to.
Well, I was going to say it's just Steph Curry getting older. Like, if Steph Curry could stay in his prime, how many players are actually going to catch him, you know?
Fair enough.
Oh, right. That's also true. Big facts. But check out that game Friday. That shit gonna be litty. It's gonna be litty.
It'll definitely be a must-watch, and we'll recap that next week for you guys. So stay tuned for that episode.
Yeah.
But as I was mentioning, we can fast forward a little bit because me and my boy Tony over there were actually talking about this before we got here, and it's kind of our topic of the day for the Burning Thoughts segment. So my question to you guys is, I don't know if you've heard, but there was actually recently a verdict of a truck driver who didn't break in time.
Oh yeah.
Right. So have you guys all heard of it? All right. So let me just give you. No, you go. No, Alex.
Sure.
So I'll just give you a rundown. Pretty much, he killed. What was it, Tony? 4 people, something like that.
4 people died in what could be interpreted as an accident, an accident,
Like vehicular homicide.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah.
He was actually.
There's 40 charges. They charged him. They tried him for 40 charges. The main one stuck, and the judge basically, it was ruled that like the state's mandatory minimums for killing someone just had to take over. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
What were some of the charges?
If he had 40, bro. A lot of them were like shit with just like negligence, like you guys mentioned. And
Involuntary, like manslaughter.
Yeah. So,
Right.
so pretty much at the end of the verdict, he got sentenced.
They didn't even give him. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go for it.
One of the ones that I didn't see was like involuntary vehicular homicide, involuntary manslaughter. Like involuntary manslaughter wouldn't be like. I feel like that's what I personally I would want to get. Sorry, I would want to get off on. You know what I mean? Like not to say that I was like I'm sorry, people die every day, but.
Well, the way they're viewing it as if the accident could have been avoided by him.
Yeah.
And
Yes. I don't mean to cut you off, but I still haven't said the context of the verdict. So pretty much, this guy got a verdict of going to jail for 113 years, and like Marvin was gonna get to, the whole point of the controversy is that he's being blamed for the brakes not working. So the brakes failed,
Right.
Okay.
and so he wasn't able to stop. But before you actually go off on a route, you're supposed to do like a maintenance check or just like a checklist of the safety quality of the actual truck itself.
Right.
So because the brakes didn't fail, it's kind of alluding to the fact that he didn't check. He didn't actually do that routine check before. So that's why people are saying it could have been avoided if he had done that. Again, no one actually knows if he checked it or not. But we're just kind of alluding because, like I was saying, you normally have to do that before you set off. So my question to you guys is, knowing that the brakes didn't fail, so it's technically a mechanical error, but he also didn't check before. But yeah, the brakes failed, so he couldn't have stopped even if he wanted to, but he didn't check the brakes before he left and could have avoided the whole situation if he had checked.
And there was also an off ramp he could have veered onto before the accident.
Gotcha.
And apparently he missed that exit.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a whole lot of
I'm sure there's more pieces, right?
right.
Yeah, this is just a whole just reading the headlines of the article. So I haven't actually dove into it and gotten more info, but that's just the whole outside of the case.
I think with shit like that, it's like, well, first you can't really predict what you're gonna do in a situation like that. So
You can always think what you're gonna
Now-
do, but you
I
can't.
guess right. But
I'm
in
not-
the moment, how you react is how you react.
Right.
You can't.
It's a DNA.
Yeah, you can't really control that in that moment. So it's like.
Well, would you
how are
say
you gonna charge somebody for something?
would you say he should face no jail time or should he face some at least?
I think it doesn't need to be like prison time because that's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, is a prison really? Are prisons today really gonna fix what
Happen?
he fucked up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think.
Man, I don't know the rest of the. I don't know what else.
Right, it's kinda hard to-
But I think it's like you have to do like some sort of like monitor. You can do a monitoring class. It doesn't have to be set up in jail or whatever.
But off rip, you
Put him
think
on a bracelet if you want. That they do that to everybody. Put him on a bracelet. Let him stay in his house.
Quick question: was he under the influence or something? Or was he just?
I haven't seen anything that shows he was
Right,
off
as
that.
far as-
That would change
That would
the
have been, yeah, that would have
That
been.
would change the situation. This wouldn't even be an argument at that point.
Right.
Right. I think 110 years is excessive.
If it's like, yeah,
That
yeah,
is-
like, if
that's a
someone
lot.
who, like,
So, Marvin, do you think he should have served no jail time?
I would have given him. I think. I personally think he should face some. I mean, people died at the end of the day, whether it was negligence, whether it was involuntary. If you can't figure it, like if you really wanted to put the blame on him at the end of the day, then yes, I would say he should face some jail time. If I were the judge, I would have given him probably like 5 years and then see how good good behavior, all that type of shit. You're probably out in a year and a half, that type of shit. But 110 years, there are motherfuckers who will blow up buildings who don't get fucking.
Motherfuckers that kill people.
Yeah, who won't get 110 years. So that's where you gotta look at it like, all right, that just.
That's also very weird that it's not weird because it does vary by state to state, but it's crazy the difference from literally, like if you're on the edge of one side of one state and the edge of another state, like 10 feet could literally be the difference between
life in prison.
exactly,
or
a
the
shorter
penalty.
sentence.
Yeah.
Exactly. hmm
Another question: what state was this in?
Colorado, I believe.
Yeah.
And earlier in the day, there was actually truck drivers who refused to enter Colorado
Because of that?
because of that. So they're actually all just on the outside of Colorado, refusing to drop off their deliveries or pick up deliveries or whatever.
When it starts
is.
affecting business, when it starts affecting business, that's when they'll start making moves.
That's always what it
Absolutely.
is. Once it starts affecting people's pockets,
Yep.
people start to notice. People start to talk.
Yep.
honestly though, that's so fucking fire to just be able to have that clean ass organization where you can just like everyone's with you. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna stand up for something. Exactly.
I think that's why people are kind of scared of unions, because they actually have a lot of power in how tightly knit and the resources they have with each other. So that's why it's always difficult to get one started, and then I'm sure even more difficult to actually get it
Keep it going.
recognized. Yeah.
I really want to know how it actually went down, because that would usually dictate like, any charges after how everything goes in.
Right.
What do you mean?
Like, there are situations where someone claims they got in an accident, right? And they say it's somebody else's fault. But you watch the footage back and it turns out it was that person's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously not blaming the dead. It's fucked. But, like, you never know how the situation actually went. Like, you could have cut off by one of those people and you had to.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
If it's genuinely like no harm was meant at all, yeah, and it's like, you're just completely, you're subtracting what his life was and you're implementing literally like a fucking like, I don't know. Hopefully it's a nice prison, bro. If that's even a thing.
So in favor, you guys would say no jail time if you were to
I
you had to make
well,
a choice.
I would say some jail time because he killed people.
Right.
Right, because I was gonna say it's explaining no jail time to all the families of the deceased is definitely it's not gonna fly in general. There's no convincing.
Right.
No.
But it's a
Right.
freak accident. You can't just be like, all right, go sit in jail. 110. Let's send him to Rikers.
Under the jail.
Right.
At that
These
point.
crazy ass
See, that's what I'm
cities.
saying.
Like, that's crazy.
At that point,
I
he's
guess you'd serve time in
under the
Colorado.
jail.
Right. That makes sense.
Not too bad, I guess. Smoke in the fucking prison.
Smoke every day.
That'd be kind of smooth.
I actually don't know if they allow that in
Who knows?
Throw me in that Supermax in
That'd
Colorado.
be way too
Fuck it.
lit, yo. The fuck, I'm going to prison, Colorado, dude. Chill, do nothing, and smoke weed.
Would you kill yourself? Would you kill yourself before you ever got sentenced to a Supermax?
Well, what's a
I'm gonna die
supermax?
if
Is
I
a
go to
supermax just life
anyway,
or what?
No, a Supermax is like
is a-
Shirley. Like going.
Oh, you're saying like a high security prison
Yeah.
and getting life.
Niggas
Yeah.
Right.
die
Oh,
in
okay,
there
gotcha.
if they soft. Compared to the niggas in Yale, most niggas in the world are soft.
Like, what if they sent you? Well, like, what if they sent him to that Supermax in Colorado?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he's done.
That's fucked.
Or they're gonna be on his side.
Just say you're gonna kill him.
Right.
Just say you're gonna lethal inject him or something. You know what I mean?
It's like, at that point, if you don't die, like, first day you die, second day, right? Like, it's gonna come. You can't just hide in prisons like that.
And there's no like light at the end of the tunnel that you have to look forward to. Like that.
Either it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
If you
Absolutely.
don't kill somebody, if you don't get killed, you gotta kill somebody in there and then get in there longer. That's just fucking insane.
You know what surprised me though? On a little side note, the amount of prisons we actually have in the state.
We were actually talking about
Yeah.
that while we passed the prison that's
Yeah.
actually down the street. What is that one?
That one's MCI Concord. You have MCI Shirley up the road,
Gotcha.
and then you have there's there's another one in Walpole. There's a women's prison in Framingham. Like they're all over the place. I didn't realize there's one in Middleton, like
There's one in Roxbury.
Roxbury.
And they're all out here.
Burlington.
Like you have to get away from the city to actually start seeing some. Because like you said, you just named 5 or 6 off the top of your head. If you go to Boston, I can think of like 2 that are actually like in the city or relatively close to it.
Yep. Yeah, MCI,
Funny side note,
MCI Shirley has 2 prisons right next to each other.
really.
Yeah, they have the sort of medium security and then the maximum security. You can tell the difference. You're just driving by, you can tell the difference.
Funny side note that I was going to bring up. I know Tony knows this. I'm sure Hugo knows this, but Brighton High was actually a women's correctional facility back in the day.
Knew it,
Did
bro.
you know that already?
I didn't know it, but it looks like a fucking prison.
Yeah.
Brighton High?
It's built.
I didn't know.
You didn't know that? Yeah, at one point it was a women's correctional facility.
That's crazy.
And like Alex was saying, if you see it from the outside, it definitely has the layout of some.
Where
I've
the
been
bodies
inside
at?
once for SATs. SAT prep, I think. Never again. My shit was like cold walls. You feel me? Like it was.
You went to Brighton High?
Crazy.
Did you go to Brighton?
No, I went across the street from it.
Oh, okay.
But it was basically connected, bro. It was like, people would say there's a fucking tunnel underneath the street.
With the ACC, right?
Yeah. I wanted to.
That's the one I took my SATs in, so it wasn't Brighton High.
No, but it literally like, when I was there, it felt like a ward. You know what I mean? Like where they greet you and then you go through that tunnel and then you're in the fucking thing. And I'm just like, fuck.
Holy shit.
And it's just hallways. Floors are all hallways.
Bro, I'd be surprised if they're connected. Like, that was the wardens.
You know what I'm saying? Well, like the people were talking and shit.
Whole lot of prisons in Massachusetts though. Well,
That shit out.
Let me ask you that question, Alex. How does it feel to, like, over the years, how does it feel? Our friend Alex, if you guys aren't watching the video, our friend Alex doesn't smoke, so he hasn't been hitting any of the
so he's
joints.
been just catching this contact high for the last like.
Chilling.
That, but in general, like, how does it feel to not smoke the entire time? And having been that person throughout the years.
I smoked a handful of times.
Right.
Um,
Do you ever get the urge
This
to
year,
smoke?
too.
Do you ever get the urge to smoke when you see us smoking?
sometimes.
That's a good, like,
Yeah,
once it,
sometimes.
I'm sure people hand it to you without
Yeah.
actually knowing that you don't smoke.
Some
So-
people hand it to me just off of reflex.
Yeah,
You know, in
right?
the circle.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, oh no. And they're like, oh shit, my bad.
So how was that temptation? How was that
And it's
temptation?
every
Is it-
rotation too. At that.
How is that temptation? Has it gotten easier over the years? Like, you're like, at this point, I've been around weed for so long and I've tried it, but it still hasn't piqued my interest to the point where I've become a daily user. So now if someone passes you a joint, are you just like, It's not like that's not for me.
Most of the time I'll be like, nah. But if it's like, depends on who I'm around, depends on what the situation is.
And if it's dank,
That too.
Alex can
too,
tell
that
the
too.
difference. I think he's been around weed enough to know that you can tell the difference.
Reggie versus like the good shit, absolutely.
let me take a
This
puff.
is a huge difference.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I mean it's alright.
Okay.
It's not like something I would do every day
Right.
at all.
And why is that? Like, why do you think over the years it didn't pique your interest? Because like we all went to high school and we're in the same grade together. So hanging outside of school, we kind of all were introduced to weed at the same time, and then we all kind of picked it up. And obviously, over the years, all of us have become regular users. Where
And that was probably the experience.
I can
The
believe
first
that.
time,
I can believe that.
That shit was hilarious, bro. Oh my god. I just remember coughing. I was in. It was this nigga's house.
I remember that shit.
Oh, that
Yeah.
yeah. Chonch was there.
Josh
Too.
was there too. I was just coughing like crazy after my first hit.
You like threw up and this nigga's sick.
I spit up in this nigga's sink. I didn't like. I like threw up a little bit and then I spit it out like it was spit. And it was like the color of the chicken nuggets that we just eaten.
Ugh.
it was just some reflux in there, and
Yo,
Everyone started.
didn't
Yeah,
we
we
roll
went-
that shit with like printer paper?
No, that was
I think
actual-
it was a legit blunt that
Yeah.
time. But I
Was
think
it?
we have like we've
I
gotten
have,
that.
I have
desperate.
once in my life, like never again, but I have once in my life.
Yeah, back in the day.
And that's insane. There's so much ink in that shit. Like
I've used
bad
printer
fucking
paper.
shit.
I found this is the most randomest shit ever. But one time at the end like middle school, I found like just a fucking it was like a fucking like a notepad, and it's just rolling papers, bro.
But like notepad size.
Yeah, bro. And I took them, and that's what I started rolling J's with.
Yo,
And like
Fat
when I think
fucking
about it, bro, I'm
kids.
like, what the fuck was that, bro? Like, what was it? Like, I don't know what it was.
But it worked.
It
Like,
worked
just
every
it-
time, bro. Like
That's crazy.
It was literally like in like a OCB paper, like a rice paper, honestly.
Dude, I heard motherfuckers roll with the paper in the Bible. Because it's mad thin,
that's fucked up.
right?
I've always heard that like people use the Bible, but is it because the paper is thin? Is that why it works?
No, it's because
well?
the paper's
Yeah.
been blessed. That's why.
That too.
That paper has been blessed. That's why you're smoking good with it.
Got the holy
But,
word.
Yeah, you about to.
What's
Getting high on Jesus, man.
He's gonna talk to you about that one though. One day. One day he'll talk to you.
Why did y'all decide to continue?
Continue. That's a good
It
question.
just became, for me personally, it just became an expensive habit.
Bro,
like-
that too. That's what kind of deterred me from doing that too. Because there was one time, y'all were all there too. We went to Dunkin' Donuts one day, and we were all sitting, and y'all had just smoked. You spent mad money on weed, and then you smoked. We
Yeah.
sat in Dunkin' Donuts, and everyone was like, "Yo, we getting food?" And someone was like, "Yo, we ain't got no money."
Yeah, it's like, yo, why the fuck we here?
I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I can see that. And the thing is too is like over the years the price of bud has also gone down. So you would think we would just be like happy with a half O at a certain price, but that hasn't deterred us. We've just bought
I
and
want-
tripled the amount now. So it's not like we've saved money in the
I
long
want, I
run.
want the good shit.
I remember back in the day, like, we'd grab by the dime bags.
Right, yeah.
That shit would last us like a day or two,
Mhm.
and then eights would last a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I posted one time on the Green
Wow, dude,
Teamers
like a day.
story. We used to have like 4 or 5 dudes throw down on a dub.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo,
It's
just
like
$4 or
$5
$5, that's
Yo,
it.
you got $5, bro? Yeah, let's get a dub. Roll a blunt.
I got 5 on it.
Roll a ghetto blaster.
Yeah.
Out of these, it was so bad.
Yeah, but I honestly couldn't answer you as to why I've continued it. Aside from the fact that I think it calms me down and is a stress reliever.
That's a good enough answer.
If that's a good enough answer, then yeah, I guess that's
And-
what I've turned to help me cope with
When
life.
I
guess.
was also going to say, when I'm not doing shit, it sort of fills my day. Like, I'll smoke and then.
But don't you think that like someone could easily tell you like now it sounds like you can't have fun without smoking a blunt first?
Well, that's the thing. I can have, like, if I'm doing something,
Mm-hmm.
if I have activities planned throughout the day,
Yeah.
sometimes it's better if I don't smoke because I'm just boom, boom, boom from one to the next.
Mm-hmm.
It's when I have free time and then I'm sitting there and I'm smoking. then sometimes I'll just smoke my day away and then feel like I didn't do much. And then there's other times where I'll smoke periodically, take a couple puffs, and then go do something. Come back, smoke a couple puffs, and then go do something. And then, in that sense, I feel fine. So it's a mixture of the two. It's trying to discipline yourself not to smoke so much. Like, still smoke and enjoy it. Like, instead of just smoking to fill up time. I catch myself doing that a lot. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. All right, let me smoke a blunt and figure it out. Right. And I'll smoke the blunt, and then I'm just watching TV, and then I'm like,
suddenly that just becomes enough.
right.
Yeah.
That becomes my day, and I'm like, shit. Let me at least
But-
fucking work out or something.
But then it's like people will tell you that's the exact reason why they don't smoke, because those are the effects, and now you just become complacent with average, not average, but just
not doing
enough.
Not
Yeah.
doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So for you, it just fills up mad time.
It does. It can be a hindrance sometimes. But
And I completely feel you on that. So
but at the same time though, like when I'm through with my day and I'm like, all right, what do I want to do next? I'm perfectly fine with just going home, smoking, and then just relaxing. I'm fine with that. And in that sense, I don't mind smoking whatsoever.
Yeah, if you're cool, just sitting chilling for like a couple hours, smoking, TV,
End your night.
that's it.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get that. As a way to like wind down from the rest of the day.
I feel like sometimes in that sense it helps. You know what I mean? Just because it's like working. Sometimes it's a mode. You know what I mean? You go into a mode and it's like, for me, it helps me like I can actually rest. You know what I mean? That's why like on my days off I'm smoking, where like try to actually put my body to like sleep. You know what I mean? Get rest.
no, and smoking a sativa definitely, we've talked about it here before, definitely sometimes gives me, not sometimes, actually most of the time or always, gives me the energy boost to actually get something done. Suddenly I want to drive to these errands and knock them out of the way because of just how I'm feeling. That energy boost is really a difference maker.
Yeah. Like I use it to work out. You feel me?
That's the one thing I
Work
can't
out
do
before.
is, no, even if it's a sativa, I couldn't go to the gym after, just because aside from whether or not I feel lazy, I feel it in my heart, because like my heart rate kind of fluctuates. So if I start running on the treadmill, my heart just gets out of sync, and
That's what comes in handy.
like I just
bro,
start
with
tripping
breathing.
out.
I
That's what
can't.
comes in handy with the breathing.
I-
'cause you're baked, so you focus on your breathing.
Gotcha.
And that's what I do, and I get super more baked.
High as fuck before, bro. Every time I've ever rolled up high as fuck, bro. No bullshit. I feel like I was dying, bro. Like,
That's why I can't
can-
play
you would
soccer
think,
like
The
that.
bullshit, bro. You would think like
I can
you wanna
play
fight, but I just be like,
when it comes to
I'm
lifting.
just not playing.
When it comes to lifting, I can smoke and lift. The problem is it takes me a lot longer to get through whatever, because I work out at home, so it takes me a lot longer to get through whatever I need to get through, as opposed to if I'm just sober straight, then I'm just banging them out 1, 2, 3. I can do them both, but smoking, it takes a lot longer for me to
The
get it
opposite
done.
for me.
And then with basketball, there's a sense of tunnel vision you get,
Yeah.
where you're focused on just that one. Like if you're on defense, you're just focused on that motherfucker, but you're not paying attention to whatever else is going around. So sometimes it's hard to sort of train your eyes and your mind to sort of focus on everything. And then when you're on offense, now your shot's completely off because you're thinking about 18 other things, and now you're like, oh shit, I got the ball.
All right, guys. So before this podcast gets too long, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Smoked all 3 joints. How are you guys feeling? Alex, how are you feeling?
Solid.
How's the contact high? Nothing?
It's nice.
Slightly?
It's nice.
It's
There
nice.
we go.
You guys, Hugo, Marvin, Tony. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
Tony
nice,
fell
I'm
asleep
nice.
halfway through.
I fell asleep with my eyes open, bro.
I definitely I got pretty zooted. I ain't gonna lie. Can't cap. What was you, Fuego?
That's pretty lit too.
There we go.
There we go. Heard it here first. Well, guys, I just want to thank you two because it was nice to see Mike Jones. It was nice to see, like, this is the whole point of the Green Teamers podcast, when you just get together with your bros and just smoking on a joint and just wherever the conversation goes and takes you. That's literally just how
Yeah, right? Shit cold as fuck.
we always go. So,
Yes, sir.
does that make sense?
Picking up what
I
you
appreciate
picking
you
now.
guys letting us be a part of this with you guys.
Oh, anytime,
Yeah,
anytime.
we'll eventually get some more mics, and hopefully the viewers can see the changes as well, and we'll just start having more guests more
Absolutely.
frequently. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love y'all niggas, man.
Much love, much love, much love.
Well,
Follow these niggas, bro.
yeah, if you
Fuck.
don't already, follow us on Instagram. It'll be somewhere right here on the screen. And
Follow them too.
we'll follow. Yeah,
Why not?
why not?
Fuck it.
But catch us next time on the next episode next week.
Why I'm pointing
Thanks for
to you.
watching.
Peace, guys. Peace.